Abdel al-Sisi have gave his directives to increase spending on improving the conditions of the living standards of citizens in the new budget. And the president gave priority to the health and education and also social protection. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with our dear guest, Mr. Abdel Latif Wahba, Ministerial Council journalist. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, Mr. Wahba, this year, in the start of January, the initiative, the presidential initiative by President Abdel al-Sisi, the Decent Life Initiative, have now continued 5 years. And its aim was raising the standards of living of more than 60 million Egyptian citizens, not only in Cairo, in all governorates. With the occasion of the Decent Life Initiative continuing 5 years until now, and also with the new budget, President Abdel al-Sisi gave his directives to spend on improving the conditions of the citizens. What's your comment?
As you mentioned, that President Abdel al-Sisi will start a new presidential term, and at the same time, as you know, that the cabinet will start in coming a few days, or maybe started since days, to discuss the new budget of the new fiscal year 23-24. This is, of course, according to the directions of and the recommendations of President Abdel al-Sisi to pay or to allocate or to increase allocations for the Egyptian people in the new budget. This is, of course, to alleviate the financial burden, the financial crisis that the world or many countries all over the world faces it. And as you know, at the same time, we are accustomed during the last or 4 fiscal years that President Abdel al-Sisi always asked to increase the social safety net, and at the same time to increase the state employees' salaries at the same time, even before the beginning of the fiscal year. You know that Egypt will start from this year or from the new fiscal year a new economic procedures. This, of course, to make allocations subsidies from a sector to another sector, and at the same time in trying to decrease the budget deficits at the same time. You know that the economic crisis all over the world pushed many countries, even the strongest country economies, to find a solution, especially in funding and attracting new investment to face the crisis. Egypt, at the same time, as you know, that from the initial negotiations, they are trying to attract over $15 billion US dollar in new fiscal year. And at the same time, to give the private sectors in all economic industrial sectors a chance to participate and to share with the government in many projects. And this, of course, means that the government or the cabinet applying the state ownership document that's based on giving a chance for the private sector to participate in all industrial sectors, in all infrastructures, starting from electricity to transportation and so on. This is the main important point. I think President Abdel directed the government to take procedures in the coming period.
Yes, Mr. Wahba, also the president gave priority to the health and the education, and also health. Yes, health and education are included not only in this new budget this year, but since the Decent Life initiative have started, and the priority goes to the health and education in through the program of the Decent Life initiative that is going in all the governorates. So give us an idea about this.
Yeah, of course. You know that when President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi directed the government to increase the social allocations or spending in some sectors, he concentrated on health and education at the same time, and social solidarity, by the way. This is, of course, the main social safety net for the Egyptians. And at the same time, as you know, that the government, as you said, is trying to make allocations for the subsidies, to decrease in some sectors, increase it for the other sectors, to decrease it in oil and electricity, and increase it for education and the health services and so on. And at the same time, as you know, that Egypt is still working on the comprehensive health insurance for all the Egyptians. The second stage started in other provinces like Ismailia, Suez, and so on. And at the same time, for the education, this aims to improve the education process in Egypt and to build more schools and so on for the Egyptians. They left for the private sector at the same time to participate in this initiative.
Yes, also, Mr. Wahba, concerning the private sector, the Minister of Finance, Mohammed Maid, said that the target of economic growth driven by a greater role for the private sector in the economic activity. So how does the private sector contribute to improving the conditions of the living conditions?
Yeah, I think in a new budget or a new fiscal year 23-24, the cabinet aims to increase private sector investment in the budget to about 60%. This is, of course, means that they can endure the huge part of investment in the budget. This is, of course, to face and to overcome the budget deficit and to accelerate at the same time the gross domestic product at the same time. According to the last year, Egypt decreased the budget deficit to about 60 points of GDP. But now they are trying to, new budget, they are trying not to exceed 60%. This is, of course, depends on the statutes, depends upon the rule of the private sectors and the increase of the private sector investment at the same time.
I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Mr. Abdel Latif Wahba, Ministerial Council journalist. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.